back out digging again. Seem to do it an awful lot just recently, mainly for the television programme, World War II Treasure Hunters. You've got to get a plug in. So a lot of it, I've been digging up some fantastic finds, but unfortunately I can't show them on places like this because I've got to keep them for the television show. This is one of my old sites. I often think to myself that eventually surely you get bored with coming to places that you've been to loads and loads of times. Crikey, how many times have I been here? It must be in the high teens now. And you always think to yourself, well, at some point the place has got to be more or less clear, but this is one of those places that just keeps producing finds every time you go there. And it's really interesting that, yet again, I've just come walking along here. The field, as you can see behind me, has recently been ploughed, which is always here. Obviously, if it's been ploughed, all the stuff that was a bit further down has now been turned to the surface, so it's worth coming along and having a poke about. So, been having a poke about already. Haven't had any detections, but I've just been walking along and found something, which I shall show you in a second. Here's the old Equinox. Very nice machine. Very nice indeed. However, you don't need an Equinox to find stuff lying on the surface. And there's a very nice 40mm Bofors shell case bottom. Obviously turned up when the ploughing was done. And this is what I'm hoping for, that all the soil's been turned and this stuff's going to be back up near the surface, because I've visited this place 2 or 3 times when the last crop was in. So I'm hoping there's lots more of this on the surface. Easy day, no digging. Yeah, so my thought of stuff being on the surface, it was a nice thought, and you know, thought I'd not have to do too much digging, but you can already tell I've got there's a 6-8 inch deep hole, but at the bottom of it we do have another 40mm Bofors base. They really did get rid of a hell of a lot of them up here. Blew the crap out of hundreds of them. Yep, I don't mind, keep finding them. All World War II relics, that'll do. This site really is quite, well, it's quite amazing really. The amount of stuff that they disposed up here is astronomical, given the amount of relics that I recover every time I come here. And what amazes me is it's not only the fact that they were disposing of munitions up here, but this clearly shows they were disposing of them and they were completely intact. This is a 40mm Bofors projectile, obviously high explosive because we've got a big hollow inside and it's been blown apart. So this has been in the disposal pit with the cartridge cases, the bases of which you've already seen, and they just blew the crap out of them. I mean, it's a very interesting relic, but it does make you wonder just how much stuff they got rid of up here. Let's keep looking. Knowing which areas the stuff is to be found in is brilliant. It really helps. However, there are areas within areas which can sometimes drive you up the wall, like what's happening at the moment. What's happening at the minute is that this location here appears to be full of lots and lots of little bits, the lighter bits that probably didn't get blown away as far as the heavier bits. Yeah, it's just lying on the surface, some of this stuff. So we've got the remains of a cartridge case wall here. Now, given that I'm finding 40mm Bofors bases, I'm going to assume that that's part of a 40mm Bofors shell. And they're all over here. This is quite a big piece. You find little bits, you find bits bigger than this, and they're driving me up the wall. They're interesting, but I don't want loads and loads of these. I want the bases, and I want to find evidence of what else they've been blowing up here. So I'm going to shift locations a little bit and see if we can find some better bits. So I moved locations just a little bit, starting to get some better signals around here. And I found these here before, so it's no great surprise to me, but again, just shows you what they were disposing of around here at the end of World War II. This is a number 3 fuse from a Mark V British anti-tank mine. It's not in brilliant condition. We're missing the stud at the top, but the gain is completely gone. It's been blown apart. So again, this has been involved in a big explosion in the disposal pit. So we've definitely got 40mm Bofors and we've got anti-tank mines. Let's see what else they were getting rid of. So we've got the bases of 40mm Bofors, we've got the projectiles from 40mm Bofors, we've got the remains of the shell case from a 40mm Bofors, and now that is almost certainly a booster tube from inside a 40mm Bofors. We're getting all the parts. Shame I can't find a couple of complete ones. Inert, obviously, but probably far too deep. But still, we'll keep looking. A lot of the time when you're out digging and you find relics, you've got to try and work out what they are quite quickly. Not only from a safety perspective, I mean what I'm going to show you is perfectly safe, but also from the perspective of whether or not you actually take it home or not. I mean the unwritten rule that I have is that I take everything home and identify it when I get back when it's had a bit of a clean, because you never know, sometimes the bit that looks like a heap of crap actually turns out not to be a heap of crap. This is one of those instances where you think, well, really, should I bother? But then when you turn it over, this is the base of a 20mm Relic cartridge case. So they were blowing the crap out of them up here as well. It's not too difficult for me to determine that that's a 20mm Relic, and the bottom bit of the shell case kind of gives it away, even though it's quite badly damaged. So yeah, that's another item. So they're getting rid of small arms stuff up here as well. So another bit of 40mm Bofors coming up. We've got projectiles, we've got bases of cartridge cases, we've got walls of cartridge cases. Now we've got a very nice fuse, nose fuse. Hopefully we'll clean up very well and should hopefully be marked. They really were blasting the crap out of stuff up here.